Thank you. Good afternoon. I've been doing ExCEL Awards for WHAS-TV for approximately 25 years. And so it is an award in long standing in the community. It has become a kind of teachers' hall of fame for only the very best public educators. In 1989, the great commission of the ExCEL Award was to find great school teachers and through the power of our television station tell the world about their accomplishments. And we continue to do that 26 years later. Some of the ExCEL Awards I remember, if you jog my memory just a little bit, and this one did, because I have been here before, right in this place, giving an ExCEL Award to a choral music director. And so I went back in my computer last night, hit the old Apple, and I was able to call up the speech that I gave on March the 11th, 2011, to Mrs. Alexis Paxton, who at that time was the choral director at Noe Middle School. And Caitlin, I want to tell you, at that time, I went back and looked at my speech, and she was called one of the most beloved teachers in this school. She has since gone to Male High School, and you have taken her place. And this we know, you're just as beloved, and you have followed in her footsteps and kept this choral music department at the various highest levels in Jefferson County in the state of Kentucky. So not only was Mrs. Paxton a winner and Mrs. Jennings a winner today, but Noe Middle School and the Jefferson County Public Schools are winners for having two teachers back-to-back who are ExCEL Award winners who have kept this choral music department at the very highest level, the distinguished level across the state. So congratulations not only to these teachers, but to you and the folks that make Noe Middle School what it is. I'm always excited when we discover great teachers who are practicing in the arts, because it's a discipline, I believe, that is so important to the quality of education in our schools, and it provides a proving ground for students who are talented in vocal and instrumental music. Now, we know that since 2012, Caitlin has taken a choral music program at Noe that was already known for its high achievement. She has taken it to new levels. Her students and choral groups at Noe have been consistently graded as distinguished in the state and even national competition. Her cooperative effort with productions at the Kentucky Center for the Arts has provided an opportunity for her students to work in a professional music setting. In less than 6 years as a teacher, Caitlin has completed her master's degree, become a nationally certified board teacher, and reestablished a musical theater program here at Noe Middle School. And all of this came after she established an outstanding choral music department at Western Middle School, also in Jefferson County. She is a leader in her school, a leader and soloist in her church choir, and a musical role model for her students. A school needs music. A school system needs music. And Caitlin is providing the musical soundtrack for her students throughout the community. Caitlin, if you would please come forward, thank you for continuing the tradition of great choral music at this school and integrating it into a grateful community. We come today to bring you the ExCEL Award, and this time, sing your praises. Congratulations.
I know my picture people.
Oh, wait a minute, the picture, okay.
If I had an Instagram, that'd be on Instagram.
When you're as old as I am and you've been doing these awards, you'd think you'd get into this social media thing and know that you've got to do a selfie and all those other things. So there we are. And the wonderful thing about the ExCEL Award is that this is just a part of the award. Our longtime partner and co-sponsor in the ExCEL Award is the power company. You know them, LG&E KU, and here representing them with a very special presentation, is Cheryl Williams. Cheryl?
Thank you, Gary. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the employees at LG&E and KU, it's my pleasure to be here today at Noe Middle School to honor an exceptional teacher for the positive impact that she's had on the lives of her students. As I was reading the letters of recommendation from Ms. Jennings, there were several words that struck me: dignity, respect, self-esteem, hard work, and determination. While all of these words were written in reference to what Mrs. Jennings teaches her students, I would say these same qualities are ones that Ms. Jennings possesses as well. What better qualities can you want in a teacher? She's a guiding light in the lives of her students, and as someone who works for an energy company, I do know a thing or two about guiding lights. Mrs. Jennings is committed to educating today's young people and preparing them to become tomorrow's leaders. I'm honored to be here today to recognize Ms. Jennings for the powerful impact she's having on her students and to help her further her commitment to music and fostering her students' love for music. I'm extremely happy today to present her with a $1,000 check. For those of you sitting in the front row, I promise I'm going to get that big check out of your way so that you'll have a direct line of sight to Ms. Jennings. On behalf of all of the employees at LG&E and KU, congratulations, Caitlin Jennings, on winning the ExCEL Award.
And now, JCPS Superintendent, Dr. Donna Hargens.
I think everybody knows that the ExCEL Award is a really special honor for teachers. It's a top award because it recognizes professionalism and dedication to teaching. The winners have to reach to strive all students to help them meet high standards and to give these students a lifelong love of learning. These educators are not only highly effective in their individual classrooms, but they also lift the success of schools. Ultimately, they raise the bar for education throughout our entire community. And I'm especially proud to be able to serve a school district in a community that recognizes the importance of education in the visual and performing arts. Our city understands that the arts can teach concentration, communication, and problem-solving skills, as well as creativity. And I'm grateful to LG&E KU, Cheryl, and WHAS-11, Gary, for giving us the opportunity to honor teachers in a range of fields, top teachers like your Miss Jennings. Her colleagues say this about her: she demonstrates not only outstanding teaching abilities, but also strong leadership and administrative skills. She spends countless hours after school to offer students singing lessons and mentoring. She instills in her students a lifetime passion for the arts. An indicator of the quality of her teaching is the high number of her students who are accepted into the highly selective Youth Performing Arts School. As part of the ExCEL Award process, 2 observers actually visited Miss Jennings' classroom when she was teaching a class of 28 8th graders. Both observers gave Miss Jennings 150 out of 150 possible points. 2 perfect scores. The observers said, Ms. Jennings' interaction with students throughout the class was outstanding. She had high expectations for all of her students, and she worked hard to improve their musical literacy. The students were able to explain the class's daily learning target way above expectations. The students can join a wide range of after-class enrichment opportunities, including concerts and other performances. So, Ms. Jennings, on behalf of the Jefferson County Public School District, I want to congratulate you on winning the ExCEL Award. I want to thank you for your dedication to teaching and for everything you do for Jefferson County Public School System students. It is my honor to present to you the Superintendent's Medallion.
Now our Jefferson County School Board member for this district, Diane Porter. Diane?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. And I'm so excited because a lot of times people come to me and say, we don't have the arts in school. We got rid of the arts. We absolutely do, and I'm looking at all of our artists before me. So thank you for being our artists for the Jefferson County Public Schools. This is my second opportunity, like Mr. Rodemeyer said, to be here for a wonderful event to honor a wonderful teacher. And teachers are honored because they do well. We talk about students doing well and accountability. I just heard that she got 150 and 150, the highest possible rating. So for that, we are most grateful. We are most grateful for the work that she does. And if I didn't know better, I would think she was one of the students because she looks so young. But I know that her commitment is here, and everybody's laughing, so you agree with me. I'm honored to serve on the board. I'm honored to represent Noe Middle School. And I always try to think of something to say, so I look up all these quotes about teachers, and teachers are great, and we know that. But one of the things that I say a lot, and Dr. Hargens knows this because it's true, people will forget what you say, they will forget what you do, but they will never forget how they make you feel. So I'm looking at students that feel really good about their teacher and about Noe and about music. So let's give yourselves a hand. It's my honor at this time to present an award to Ms. Jennings from the Board of Education to honor her for her excellent work. So congratulations, thank you. Students, keep up the good work. I look forward to hearing from you often. Thank you.
Gosh, you're right, Diane. She is young looking. When I started giving the ExCEL Award, people would occasionally come up to me and say, you know, Gary, that teacher she's young enough to be your daughter. Now they come up to me and they say, she's young enough to be your granddaughter. Yep, time goes flying by. Now please welcome, representing the Jefferson County Teachers Association, Tammy Berlin. Tammy.
I am honored to be here on behalf of Jefferson County Teachers Association to recognize Ms. Jennings today. You know, when I was in middle school like you guys are, my favorite teacher, and I had the same one all the way through high school, was my chorus teacher. And I know firsthand what an inspiration a great music teacher can be. And she's one of the, Donna Green, my teacher, is one of the reasons that I'm in the classroom today. So I know that you guys are being inspired by Ms. Jennings daily, and that it'll be life-changing for you all. Nikos Kazantzakis, a philosopher and writer, once said about teaching that true teachers are those who use themselves as bridges over which they invite their students to cross. Then, having facilitated their crossing, they joyfully collapse, encouraging them to create their own. And that's exactly what my music teacher did when I was in school, and I know that is exactly what Ms. Jennings does for you. She invites you into the wonderful world that music can bring you and helps you expand your world every day through that. She inspires you guys in a way that all of us teachers in Jefferson County only hope to do on a daily basis. You guys are very fortunate to have a teacher like Ms. Jennings. Another wise man once said, Cary Grant, I believe it was, once said that the highest honor anyone can achieve is the recognition and the adoration of their peers. And so as Ms. Jennings' peer, as another classroom teacher here in Jefferson County, and on behalf of the 6,000 other teachers here in Jefferson County Public Schools, I bring that honor and adoration to Ms. Jennings today. Ms. Jennings, congratulations. On behalf of Jefferson County Teachers Association, I'd like to present you with the Schoolhouse Award.
time, we have some school-based presentations as well. Ms. Jennings, on behalf of Noe Middle School, I would like to give you this small token of our appreciation. We certainly have noticed your professionalism and the effort you've made to grow our programming here at Noe Middle School, and we know that through your efforts, our students are well-rounded and have a great appreciation of music. Thank you. Presenting on behalf of your colleagues, Pam Fleiss.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Pam Fleiss, and I'm the former district music specialist for Jefferson County Public Schools. And I'm so honored to be here and to have been asked to be a part of this celebration for Caitlin to receive the ExCEL Award. During my tenure here in Jefferson County, I had the opportunity to be a part of the process in creating and performing art centers at Lincoln Elementary and Western Middle School. My involvement included interviewing and actually observing applicants teach a class. And I knew from the onset that Caitlin possessed the outstanding qualities. Excuse me, I'm emotional, but this was awesome. And actually getting to observe her, and I knew she had the master qualities of a music ed teacher, as well as she was going to be a first-year teacher. You see, there's a difference between musicians who teach and teachers who are musicians. Caitlin is definitely in the second category. Through her nurturing and student-centered teaching, she has provided encouragement as well as opportunities for her students to showcase their talents. Now, after 6 years later, she is being recognized for the dedication and contribution to the education of her students. Congratulations, Caitlin, for receiving this well-deserved ExCEL Award. And just a small token from her colleagues here at Noe.
Thank you.
And we also have a few words from one of her former students, Annie Weibel.
Going into the 6th grade as a short 11-year-old girl who didn't know anyone on my assigned team and still had a Pantech flip-up phone did not sound so appealing to me. I remember my first day. I wore my shirt backwards, I went to the wrong homeroom class, I couldn't remember my locker combination, much less which locker was even mine. I was your classic first year of middle school nervous head case. For the first few days of school, you only go to each of your core subjects within your team to get a feel for the teachers and curriculum before jumping into the class. This meaning we didn't go to our related arts classes until the second week of school. This was the class that I was most nervous for. Since it was the only class you picked before starting school, like every other 6th grader, I worried about making the wrong choice. But after only a very short time of consideration, I easily realized that chorus was the class for me. So I was officially enrolled into the Related Arts chorus taught by Caitlin Jennings. Now, Miss Jennings was new, so there was no input or advice that the upperclassmen could give us about her because they were just as curious to see who their new choir teacher was, as we newcomers were. Little did we all know that this teacher would impact us in ways we couldn't imagine. I am part of the first class that Miss Jennings taught all 3 years of our middle school experience, meaning that I witnessed the incredible difference she made each year in every class. Take it from me, I went into 6th grade not even knowing how to sing Do Re Mi, and now I'm a vocal major at WHAS and planning to major in vocal music in college thanks to the abundant support and knowledge Miss Jennings supplied me with. I was the student who loved singing musical theater and pop songs and hadn't learned any sort of music theory or classical traditional-like songs before. But thanks to Miss Jennings, I was exposed to these things very quickly. There's an ease in the way that Miss Jennings teaches. The way she approaches things makes it easier for all of her students to learn. Every song that we rehearsed or rhythm that we chanted became easier and easier as time went on, because Miss Jennings understood that the approaches that we responded to and knew how to convey them. Whenever we messed up or sang a wrong rhythm or a wrong pitch, We were able to recognize our mistakes and fix them. And once we did it correctly, Miss Jennings would say, "That was great, now let's do it 27 more times." Apparently, studies have shown that once you finally do something correctly, you must do it 27 more times to fully lock it into your brain. You can imagine how fun that was every time we got a new song. But luckily, our song selections were fitting and always well chosen. I learned more than I ever thought a middle schooler could learn in choir just by being in Miss Jennings' class. Not only did I grow as a musician, I was taught the importance of working with others, the value of support and hard work, and how to be confident with what I'm doing. Miss Jennings made it possible for me to not only learn more musically, but she created a home-like environment in the classroom. My choir class felt like family. No matter the bad day I was having or what was going on outside of choir, as soon as I got into the classroom, my mood changed and I was ready to work. It takes a good teacher to know what she's talking about and be able to teach her students. But it takes a great teacher to not only know the content and be there for a kid as a teacher, but also as someone they can look to and talk to, and who makes the classroom a healthy and exciting environment. That is exactly who Miss Jennings is. I forged a personal relationship with Miss Jennings over the years, and she has always been there supporting me in anything and everything that I do. She is the first teacher I've had who has gone out of her way to make sure that I got all the information and guidance I needed. I have learned so much from her, and I am incredibly fortunate to have had the privilege to be in her class and experience the amazing teachings of Miss Jennings. I've never had a more inspirational, qualified, supporting, talented, and intelligent teacher as Miss Jennings. She is the main reason middle school was not a complete disaster for me. She took care of me like she did and does all of her students. I am so happy and not surprised that she is winning this award. I can't think of someone who deserves it more. So thank you, Miss Jennings, for all that you do. You make this school bigger and brighter, and you have lasting impacts on all of your students. Congratulations from us all, and here is a small gift on behalf of us all for the great work that you do.
Wish I could take a selfie. I don't have my phone.
And now we have some select students that are going to have a musical tribute for Miss Jennings.
Blue and green, oh, colored earth.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newest winner of the WHAS-TV LG&E KU ExCEL Award, Caitlin Jennings. Caitlin?
I knew there was a risk in picking that piece, that it might bring on the waterworks, and my suspicions were correct. Thank you, LG&E KU and WHAS 11 for this honor. Thank you, family, friends, students, and colleagues for being here. And a special thanks to my nominator, my colleague, friend, and past ExCEL Award winner, Beth Lyles. I'm extremely humbled, overwhelmed, and honored to receive the ExCEL Award. The ExCEL Award winners I know personally have served many more students than I, and arguably have made a much larger impact over their admirable and lengthy careers. They have seen education initiatives come and go, funding wax and wane, but their dedication to students remained constant throughout. I'm grateful that the selection committee for the ExCEL Award feel that I have demonstrated that kind of steadfast and passionate dedication to my students. In the 6 years I've been a teacher, I've experienced great successes and even greater and more numerous failures. That said, I have not taught children or grandchildren of former students. I have not been able to say, I had her in chorus about someone on The Voice or even Teen Jeopardy! I have not even seen my original 6th grade class graduate from high school yet. They are juniors, for the record. So what meaningful reflection could a novice teacher have to offer? Only an anecdotal account of why music education means so much to me and why I work so hard to provide a quality musical education to my students. I found my way to music and teaching in an unexpected way. The child of two wonderful, but admittedly non-musical parents, I did not choose this career out of tradition or obligation. I did not choose this career for lack of ability or ambition to do something else. I chose music because music chose me. Ironically, I also chose music because I dodged enough uninspired music teachers in my school years to know that what the world really needed was at least one more teacher who could change lives through music. Allow me to explain. In the 2nd grade, I had a traumatic experience with a music teacher that involved not being allowed to use the restroom when I articulated to her it was a true emergency. Needless to say, that day didn't end well for either of us. After that experience, I was willing to do anything to get out of her music class. In the 5th grade, I had that opportunity and got to choose between general music with the aforementioned teacher or band. I chose band. And during the next 2 years of playing the flute, I thrived under Mr. Deal, my band director, and Miss Weaver, my private flute teacher. Music had become one of my favorite classes, and the 2nd grade incident was a distant memory. Fast forward to 7th grade. I had changed schools and was the new kid in a giant, newly opened middle school. I was shy, didn't know anyone, and struggled to make friends. This is where you expect me to tell you how middle school band was my refuge. Well, it wasn't. In part because I had an uninspired, ready-to-retire band director. When scheduling electives for 8th grade, I opted to take band only 3 days a week and chorus 2 days a week. I signed up for chorus mostly to get a break from the band teacher, and because my friend Rachel was doing it. By dodging another mediocre music teacher, I crossed paths with one of the most inspiring middle school choral educators I know, Stacy Haney. He was passionate, knowledgeable, and hilarious, the trifecta in a middle school teacher. Though only my teacher 2 days a week for 1 year, he was the reason I took chorus in high school. My JCPS colleagues and I had the privilege of seeing him in action 2 years ago when he guest conducted the JCPS All-County Men's Chorus, and he was just as inspiring as I remembered. At Anderson High School, I participated in band, choir, and orchestra and received a well-rounded and comprehensive music education, for which I'm still extremely grateful. This may surprise my students, but although I enjoyed singing, flute was really my thing. I auditioned for many vocal solos in choir and lots of roles in school musicals and wasn't selected for a large majority of them. In a high school full of talented musicians, disappointments were inevitable, and, and also great preparation for the real world. And though neither of my parents were musicians themselves, they had experienced setbacks of their own and always encouraged me to swallow the disappointment and get back to the grind by encouraging me to keep working hard, and eventually it would pay off. And although all my choir and band directors in high school were influential, the music teacher to whom I credit my pursuit of music education was actually the orchestra teacher. My senior year, after leading the marching band that fall as the field commander, I was consumed with our marching band show getting a distinguished rating at state, and I slacked off and didn't practice enough for concert band auditions. I'd been in the top of the section since 9th grade and was second chair as a junior, so I felt very comfortable and a bit complacent. I then proceeded to bomb the audition and was seated third chair as a senior behind 2 freshmen. Yes, the freshmen seated first and second chair were outstanding, and I had underprepared. But those realities didn't change the fact that my 17-year-old ego was in shambles. I was convinced I wasn't worthy of a major in music, that no college music program would even want me, and that there was no way I had what it took to be a music teacher. It was at that pivotal time that Chris Torbush, the orchestra teacher, swooped in and picked up the pieces. He placed me second chair in full orchestra and designated me the piccolo player. He recruited me to play in a regional honor orchestra for which I didn't even audition. He programmed Rafe Von Williams' Fantasia on Greensleeves and gave me the opening flute solo, not the girl in first chair who actually deserved it. At the time, I think I wrote that all off as a coincidence. But as a teacher today, reflecting back, I know for a fact he made every one of those choices intentionally. Excuse me. He saw that the fire inside of me was nearly extinguished, and he was not going to let my passion for music burn out on his watch. With plenty of his own orchestra teachers to pour into, Mr. Torbush chose to invest time and effort in me anyway, a band/chorus kid he saw in full orchestra only twice a week. He chose to fan a flame that was nearly out because he saw something in me, as he did in all his students. And just as every truly great teacher does, Mr. Torbush demonstrated his unwavering dedication to helping students grow through small, seemingly thoughtless actions. If it weren't for him, I would have never auditioned for colleges, never become a teacher, and never made this thing called music education my life's pursuit. So as I said before, I didn't choose music. Music chose me. Or rather, Mr. Torbush chose me. Mr. Deal and Miss Weaver and Mr. Haney chose me. These music teachers and the many others who have influenced me along the way chose to invest in me because they were selfless, passionate teachers who believed in the power of music. And each year, I have the privilege of being chosen by my students. Chorus is not a required class and is one of the many outstanding arts offerings at Noe Middle School. But Allie, Gracie, Kennedy, Lily, Rebecca, Sarah, and all the other 90-plus students sitting in this room have chosen me, and I wouldn't dare let them down. Obviously, we would not be here if it weren't for my parents, Don and Suzanne Myers. Thank you both for shaping me into the woman I am today. Thank you to those who saw potential in me when I didn't always see it in myself. That list includes both the former and current JCPS music specialists, Pam Fleitz and Michelle Lewis. It also includes Dr. Kathy Sayer, a former principal of Noe Middle School, who I am told pulled my resume out of a giant pile in the Western Middle School conference room and said, quote, "Let's take a chance on this one." Thanks to my music colleagues in JCPS, especially Melissa Weaver at Kammerer Middle, who mentored and befriended me early on in my career and continues to be a dear friend. To my principal, Jennifer Cave, and the Noe administrative team for endless support for the arts and doing what is best for our students. To the Related Arts team and all Noe teachers for their unwavering support of my program and all the arts programs here. To John Gribbons for being the glue that holds this event and just about everything else around here together. And to my loving husband who so beautifully conducted my students earlier and is truly my better half. Lastly, thank you to my students, past and present. Anyone who has been my student will tell you it is not always fun and it is rarely easy. I expect a lot, and I don't back down when things get tough. But my students and I know that something special happens between labeling solfege, struggling with foreign languages, and getting a difficult rhythm perfect. Something that is impossible to explain to someone who hasn't experienced it firsthand. And that's the best part of what I get to do every day with these kids. I have many years of teaching to go, but I hope someday choir students will contact me and articulate that they learned more from me than just music, that they learned about hard work, dedication, perseverance, teamwork, humility, and compassion, and that I chose them. Thank you.
Once again, we want to thank LG&E KU and WHAS for recognizing what we already knew about Ms. Jennings, this outstanding teacher that we have the opportunity to have in our presence every day. And thank you to our jazz band for performing, our chorus students, and all of our platform guests for being here this afternoon to recognize the outstanding Ms. Jennings. And thank you, family and friends, for being part of this fantastic celebration of that outstanding teacher. Congratulations, Caitlin.